to the hot air balloon to have an experience. So Xiaoyan, can you give us some more introduction about this air competition? For the hot air balloon contest is part of the competition for the air sports. It's a traditional sport, so let's get inside of the hot air balloon.
好，现在请我们的摄像老师也进来。在这个热气球上。
So now we are, well, it's quite hot actually. On top of us we have an engine, so we could see with this flame the hot air can rise into the sky. So maybe we could have a technical guide to give us more introduction about the principles on the operation of hot air balloon. Can you tell us more about the hot air balloon? So what is the principle? So we'll be depending on the hot air. So first we heat up the temperature, and then the hot air balloon will start to go up to the sky. Of course, the speed depending on the size of the air balloon and also the number of people who are on the hot air balloon. Now we have 5 people inside of the hot air balloon. The noise is too loud. Maybe we could just experience the hot air balloon first. Now you could see the hot air balloon start to go up. Let's take a look. It's quite exciting. But still I feel quite romantic. What do you feel? So actually we can feel the temperature from the hot air balloon. Because of that, we can control the height of the hot air. Now we are going down. How do you feel? Well, it is my first time to get on the hot air balloon. It's quite exciting for me. It's just like our life. We have to take on all of these different challenges and have more attempts. So let's take a bird's eye view of the International Exhibition and Conference Center in Guilin. And Guilin is well known for its beautiful scenery. So maybe inside of this hot air balloon, you can have a bird's eye view of our city. So maybe we can invite an expert to talk about some of the issues in relate to the hot air balloon. The structure we could see we have a hot air, and also we have a big balloon, and also the engine. There are many safety tips in riding the hot air balloon. So first of all, you have to stay inside of the carriage. Especially sometimes we have many people riding the hot air balloon. So also please be mindful about the pipes of the flammable container. And also when you are shooting some of the photos and videos, make sure that you're safe. So these are some of the tips when you're riding the hot air balloons. So this gentleman just give us some reminder on how to ride the hot air balloon safely. So especially your head and your hands, just stay inside of the safety area. So because this time we are just have a quick experience, so we have some cables to keep us safe. Sometimes when you're at the tourist site, there are many places that offer the experience for you to ride the hot air balloon, but you have to make sure that you're safe because sometimes the balloon will go up to a very high level. Sometimes you may run into cables and also some mountains, so please mind your own safety when you're riding the hot air balloon. Your safety spot, so if you are riding the hot air balloon, just make sure that there are not much people inside of the air balloon, because we have a capacity for each one of the air balloon. So here, because it is just offer a quick experience, so we do not have a big capacity for the air balloon, but in the tourist site, the capacity will be different. Maybe there will be more people riding the hot air balloon. For the smaller size of the air balloon, it is used for a contest. It is my first time to ride the hot air balloon. The moment I step into the air balloon, I think it's a little bit excited, but still it's a very good experience. So if you have time, so please feel free to come here and experience this air balloon. So it feels like a basket, so it feels a little bit different when you're walking on the ground. So if you're on the ground, you may feel more like comfortable. If you're afraid of height, just be mindful to ride the air balloon. So for this item, for people who are attending the CASTC, they can actually experience this for free. When the hot air balloon goes down on Earth, please do not leave immediately. So you have to wait for around like 3 to 5 minutes. When the air balloon's airflow strike a balance, and then you could leave the air balloon safely. So please follow the instructions of the working staff. So please be patient when you're going out of the air balloon. So one by one. So we have to strike a balance here, so please leave the air balloon one by one. So what's next? Next, we'll continue to have some experience in the venues of the air sports. As I just said, the hot air balloon is one of the air sports. So I would like to ask you a question. What are the 3 smart sports? So maybe some of the netizens knows what are the 3 smart sports. Pretty soon we will be arriving at the venue of the air sports, and then I will give you more introduction about the smart sports. Dear viewers, now we are at the Guilin of
体育强
Guangxi
国建设论坛暨
province.
中国东盟体育旅
Today we
游
are
博
attending the
览
leading
会其
sports
中的一个板
nation
块
building
叫做
forum and the China-ASEAN Sports Tourism Carnival. So actually,
这个板
today
块呢叫
we are at the expo for the China-ASEAN Sports Tourism
国
Carnival.
历月其中的一个大板块，中国东盟体育
So
旅
one
游
of the
博
big
览会
part of the carnival
刚才我
is
们
the
参加的其
expo
中一
for
个
the
板块呢
China-ASEAN
是
Sports and Tourism.
热气球的
And
气
we
流
are
体验
just
区。
experiencing the hot air balloon.
展馆里面
And pretty soon we will enter inside of the venues.
体验另外的项目是空航天馆。
And we will be going to the air sports venue to see more of the smart sports. In the venue of the air sports, there are a lot of other events that we can experience. Some of the equipment are high-end. I believe most of you would love that. For example, we could see some of the aerobats and also the simulation of the flying
现在
contest.
我们先经过一个
So first, let's go through the security check.
好场馆的外围，你看有很明显的绿色生态。
So outside of the venues, you could see these big characters, the green and ecology and sports in Guangxi province. I hope all of you can experience the ecology in Guangxi province and enjoy the sports. So pretty soon we will be arriving at the venues of the air sports.
持续多长时间呢？讲
So how long it will last for this exhibition? So the expo takes place from the 12th of the December to 15th of the December. And we have the venue for air sports, and of course we have other venues as well.
航空运动主题
So
馆。
to the west end, we could see the title, the poster of the venue of the air sports. Very good atmosphere here. And pretty soon we will be arriving at the venue of the air sports. So I just asked you a question, and pretty soon I will unveil the answers. So first of all, we could see a paraglide. So maybe first let's take a look at the UAV. So I just asked you a question, what are the three smart sports? One of them is the UAV.
那么实际上呢，我们这个无人机，小付哥，你之前有就是使用过类似于摄影无人机这些吗？
So have you ever used the UAV for photography?
拍摄当中会这样。
Yes, when we are doing news coverage, we will always use the UAV for assistance. For the UAV we are going to see pretty soon, it's a little bit different.
现在我们就看到了这个无人机这个区域。
The speed is up to 230 kilometers per hour for the UAV.
我们可以体验哪一项呢？
So which one we can try on?
机呢，实际上就是我们操纵者的一个好伙伴，它的每一个
So for all of these UAV is quite unique
就是无论是哪
because you could see each piece, each part of the UAV is assembled by these people.
跟我们介绍一下我们这个
Can you give us some introduction about this UAV? How to control this UAV? Well, I will call this a competitive UAV just for racing. We make this to attend flying contest. It is very fast and flexible. So I think the best UAV is the one that I made because I understand all the parameters and how to control the UAV. So I will find the most suitable parts to assemble this UAV. So as I just said, the speed can be reached up to 200 kilometers per hour. Maybe you can demonstrate this UAV.
这里有非常多的这个各式样类型。
Now you could see all kinds of UAVs are displaying here.
现在很多越来越多的人都是比较喜欢玩这种运动了，是吗？
Now, nowadays, many young people love to use this kind of UAV for flying
我们
contests.
现在现场看一下
Let's take a look.
飞翔的这一架自己组装的。
So this one is self-assembled.
这个声音
Oh, can you hear the sound?
它这个跟我们平时的无人机声音要更大一些，是吧？
对，就是两架无人机在
It's a bit
追逐的
noisy. You could see the two UAVs are actually flying all together. They're competing with each other, so the speed is much faster than a regular UAV.
无人机这一类无人机我们在操作和使用的过程中有些什么要注意？
So when you are controlling this kind of UAV, any reminders? So first, safety is the top priority because I just mentioned the speed of this kind of UAV is extremely fast. So when you're trying to control this kind of UAV, it takes time for you to get used to this kind of UAV. So first of all, you have to learn how to fly up this kind of UAV, and later on you'll understand how to control it. So it feels like these people have to wear a special apparatus to control this kind of UAV. So they're wearing VR glasses. So for the VR glasses, they will receive the real-time image of the UAV so that these people knows how to control and manipulate this kind of UAV. I think the speed is very fast. I believe it's really difficult to control this kind of UAV. I think it takes of many seconds for the delay of the VR glasses. How do you feel when you're wearing this kind of VR glasses? It's quite exciting, just like you're driving a vehicle. So maybe it's just like the same experience when you were driving the F1 Formula, but it's just like an F1 Formula in the sky. Because I understand the speed is up to over 200 kilometers per hour. It's hard to imagine the speed. Well, I have to take a lot of training to learn, to understand how to control this UAV. For someone who do not have any experience, it's difficult to manage this kind of UAV. It takes me for over 1 year to control this kind of UAV. So I will make another demonstration. So during the preparation, I would like to ask another question. So actually for me, I'm a freshman for the UAV. I do not have much knowledge about this kind of aerobat. So for people like me who do not understand the UAV, so I really want to know how to fly this kind of UAV, what kind of preparation I should make. So maybe you could start with some beginners type of the UAV, and you could use some of a CAT assistance to help you manage this kind of UAV. So this is the controlling part. So make sure that you control the stick in a proper way. For this one, the power is not very strong. And this is the direction. And this one is to control the direction and orientation of the UAV. So first of all, do not race at a very high speed. So I will have a try. Make sure that you use 2 hands to control the remote. Push this button to the end. Alright, I will start.
入门一项运动确实是一件不容易的事情。
I think it's not easy to start.
运动技能，而且它要有一定的技术，组装的技术。
It requires a lot of
组装技术
skills
它有很多机电方面
to
的知识，
handle this UAV. And also you have to use your knowledge about mathematics and physics to assemble this kind of UAV.
学好的话，他玩这个东西，
So for kids, if they understand, the techniques of this kind of UAV, then they could assemble the UAV on their
让
own.
大家体验一下其他更多的项目。这个项目
Due to
下一
time
次再体验
limits,
吧。
maybe next time we will
谢谢，
go
我们
back to this
再
item
下一个
and
馆。
we will go to another venues.
现在我们去哪一个馆呢？
下一个场馆
What's next?
全民健身馆。那么
So we are going to the
大家都
venue
说
for
大家
national
运动
fitness.
怎么样呢？身体健康。
So we all talk about like fitness. So if you engage in the physical exercise every day, you will be very healthy. So let's visit the venue of the national fitness to see what's out there.
冬天主题馆还有很多内容，我们现在所在。
Well, actually, there are a lot of things happening here in the venue of the air sports because I could see some of the model airplanes and some simulation flying,
对，现场还是有很多人正在体验。
and many people are actually experiencing
好
the
我们
air
往下一
sports.
个馆再看
So let's move to another venue.
航空馆我都可以天天来这里报道来学习一番了，是吧？
Well, I think for this venue for air sports,
东西都可以自己
玩一个上午可能也
there are
会
many
也会
events here.
大家有很多体验的，
You could spend the whole morning here
需要了解的一些原理。
because many area you could have a personal experiences.
特别
And a lot of things are quite high tech, but it's
比较适合
quite
大家来
interesting.
玩儿。好，接下来呢，我们就是全民的健身。
Now we're heading to the venue for the national fitness.
在我们 A2的一个场馆，
对，没错，在这里呢，我们大家都可以用更加科学、科技的方式来进行
So in
健
that
身
venue, we can do exercises in a scientific way.
来这边进入。
现在我们接到另一位我们广西台另一位记者提前给我们在现场采了点，
对的，今
跟我
天。
们广大网友打
So we have another reporter here. Good morning, everyone. I'm also a reporter from Guangxi Satellite.
我们现在进去的是
So what's
A2
next?
馆是我们
We're going to A2 venue. It is a theme venue for national fitness.
全民健身主题馆的话，里面主要就是我们广西
Inside of the venue,
全民健身的器材
we're displaying some of the equipments for physical fitness, and some of this fitness equipment apply to all age groups.
接下来我们马上要进行一个是舞狮的一个活动，
对对对，是一
So
个
pretty soon we will have a line dancing.
我们后边的嘉宾，然后进行一个欢迎的仪式。我们从这边进行。
They are going to perform and to welcome more people.
哦，对，对，很开阔，视野很开阔。我们进来的话
It's quite spacious in this area.
瑜伽的体验区。
And first of all, we could see an area for yoga.
身材的这个管理，包括
These days, women have very strict standards and requirements on their body. So for this area, it is opened for our residents so that they can experience yoga here.
柔韧性不好的话，可能不太敢轻易尝试。
I'm not that flexible, so I will not try on this one. But maybe I could try it on the fitness bicycle.
我们过去看一下吧。
Let's go there and take a look.
这是另一个动感单车的一个体验的区域了。
This is an area for you to do the exercise on the
这是动
bikes.
感单车，其实动感单车在现在很多的健身房都有。
那我
So
试
for
一下
this kind of indoor cycling, you could see in different kinds of gyms. I would like to try myself.
这个设置的那个阻力比较强，像我觉得踩
要加油。
还可以吧，因为经常我平时也喜欢一些健身。
So I like fitness a lot.
我们可以看到， 体验一下这个吧。这有一个智能篮球，还有
This is a basketball section
一起去看一下，在那个体感游戏
and also
里面的话
some
呢，
fitness
可以进
games.
行我们这个体感的运动，可以进行乒乓球、沙滩排球。
So you can do a lot of motion sensing games. For example, you can play ping pong and volleyball through these games.
足不出户就可以进行一个
So you do
运动。
not have to go outdoors, but still you can do
来，
exercise.
我们感受一下，
怎么感受呢？能
看，
介绍一下吗？
我们先看一下，我们站到
So
它的
what is
正
this
前
one?
方，然后举起双手，它能感应到你，我们就可以开始打
So
球。
here there is a motion sensing
解
game.
释一下，我看一下。
You could try it when you're raising your arms
排球，
and then you are in a volleyball venue.
这是我们的嘉宾记者正在现场体
So
验，
this is one of our reporter who is experiencing the motion sensing
正在
games.
打排球。
So as you could see, she's doing a volleyball contest.
你能跟我们介绍一下刚才就是这个规则是怎么样子吗？
看中间会
So
有
what are the
出现一
rules?
个红的点，看有提示。
So you could see the red dot, and also there's a reminder to ask you whether you should move forward. So they also will give you a reminder whether you have to jump. It's actually a simulation of a volleyball game. I experienced this one time, but I failed the game. But still, it can help you to do some exercise in front of the screen. So meaning that you're doing exercise in your house. There are many items for this kind of games. There are ping pong, boxing, volleyball, and other kinds of sports. And also we have another sensing game that is a basketball
高
game.
科技的运动的方式。
So all of these are high-tech
像这个篮
way
球，我觉得
of
这个
doing
篮球不
exercise.
错。为什么呢？因为这个篮球，我们平常打篮球最怕
For
的是
this
什么？最
basketball
怕的就是
game
捡
is
球，
quite
对吧？
interesting
最怕的就是
because
捡球。
when
但
you
这
are
个篮
doing
篮球设计的话
basketball,
呢
you
就
do
不用
not want
捡
to pick
球
up the balls
对，我们就试一下
every
吧。
now and then.
我觉得
So
这个
maybe
还
we
是
can
挺
have a
好玩的
try
我
of the
觉得只要
basketball
不用
game.
捡球的运动的都可以进行。来，我们来一下吧。可以看到这个球会自动回到我们这边。现在
You
是
see
我
the
们
ball
的
will
市
bounce
民
back
朋
to
友们
you.
他们在体验。其实我们今天现场整个
You
这
see
个
some of
互
the
动的呢
residents, they are
都有
experiencing
我
the
们
game.
整个的市民朋友在参与。而且他们是
There
有
were
奖
many
励，
people
会
coming
有互动的
here
一个奖励，
to
所以还是希望能够通过
experience
这
the
样的一
games
个
and also
体
they
育
can
展
win
馆的一个设
awards
计，能让我们所有人
by
都参加
taking
到
part
这
of
个
all
运
of
动当
those
中来。
sports.
就是它这个装置
So
呢，就
the
是你投了篮
purpose
之后，它
is
会
to
自动的
engage
给
the
你，
public
就是
to do national
调入它这个
fitness.
装置之后，它会自动给你返回这个球。
对，这是我们这边
So first
智
you
能
try
篮
to
球
shoot
的
at
这
the
个负责
basket,
人李总，也可以
and
问一
then
下他
the
我们这些
basketball will bounce back to you.
你好，这个
So
是
Mr.
我
Lee,
们
can you
篮
give
球
us some
训练器的
introduction
是我
about
们
this
分享公
equipment?
司
This
自
is a
主研发的一
basketball
个新的产品，
training
适合我
equipment.
们青少年儿
It is
童的
self-developed.
一个篮球比赛、篮球运
So
动、
it will
篮球
help
体
to
验。
train
你
our
投进去，
athletes
它
and
自动
also
的
to
把
improve
篮
the
球推送回来
experiences
很舒服
for
的送回来
shooting
给你，
the
对
basket.
我们的这个篮球比
Because
赛
when you're
很有
finishing
帮助。
shooting the balls and then the basketball will bounce back to you,
这个
it is
这
more
边这个
convenient
装
for
置
you
呢
to
也
train
是
yourself.
篮球训练机，篮球训练机我们
And what
投
is
篮
the
进
other
去的
one?
时候
This one is
它
also
也
a
很舒服
basketball
通过
training
我们的
machine.
机械设备把球送出来呢，你看直接弹出来，弹出来就是给我们
So you could
做
see
做一
it's
个
an
篮球
automatic
训练的
loading of the
训练者的
basketball.
一个很舒服的一个训练，提高
So
我
it
们
will
篮球
provide
竞
better
技
experiences
很有帮助。这个
for
是我们
athletes to
飞翔
train
机公
themselves
司的
in
一个
shooting
专
the
利产品。
balls.
这是两个打篮
So
球
this is
训
a
练的运动
patent
对，
product
所以我们
that's
的
developed
篮
by
球竞技
Feiqiao
和
Sports.
篮球技术水平提高一个
So it will help to improve the skills for
好，
basketball.
谢谢。我小袁，怎么可以体验一下吗？我们这个。
So we would like to have a try.
投不中。
比较方便哦。再投
这个可以，这后面一个不错，我也来试一下。
你来试一下好。哎，再来一个，最后一个球的机会了。
So one more chance. This is quite convenient, because you don't have to bend over and pick up the basketball. So later on, we're going to the venue of the sports and tourism. So we will demonstrate some of the tourism features for 14 districts in Guangxi province, and also show some of the unique sports in the 14 areas in Guangxi province. So for each one of the prefecture-level city of Guangxi province, there are different kinds of sports. So for this poster, is actually from Baise City. You could see some of the ethnic events and some of the feature sports in Baise. They quite like cycling, dancing. So actually, for each one of the prefecture-level city in Guangxi province, they have different kinds of sports. This is the poster for Beihai. So that means that you could come to Guangxi province for tourism. At the same time, you can also participate in sports. You could see some of the ethnic characteristics of the region, and also you could see some of the beautiful scenery of that area. There are a lot of well-known scenic spots demonstrated in this area. And for Fangchenggang City, and each year we are holding the international marathon races. And here you could see some of our camping center, and people can also do archery and climbing in this area. It's quite interesting because I saw this camping center here. So during weekends, you can go to that area for camping with your friends or your family members. Now we come to the area of Guilin. This is where we have this international convention center. And different kinds of sports that is demonstrating here. And today we just experienced the hot air balloon. And also we have the drifting competition, which also attracted people from China and abroad to attend the contest. We have the lion and dragon dance here. Can you put on a performance for us? Yes.
要给我上妆，就是梅花妆的意思。这个藤县的舞狮好像名气也是非常大。
赛，然后广西也会有这个舞龙舞狮的比赛，都会有。
So it's a tradition for Guangxi province to do this like dragon and lion dance.
其实很多人会觉得这是一个比较可能竞技性对危险性比较高的。
Many people may think this kind of performance is quite dangerous and risky, but still it is a traditional sports for Guangxi province.
上去了。
这个狮子我看，
干净利落，对，非常干净。
那叫跳桩的那几个动作，都是常年苦练。你看，非常高难。
基本上多，这个女生，现场都是男生。谢谢，谢谢。我们继续来看一下我们的展板。
Let's continue our tour to see some of the well-known places here. In Hezhou, soccer is quite
是
famous.
不是特别出名？
算是比较出名，梧州的也很出名，梧州的也很不错。这个的话漂流，在我们
And also, I mentioned the drifting competition is also a unique sports item in Hezhou, because all of these can take place in some scenic spots.
风景都是比较美的。
And you could see these places have very beautiful scenery and 来宾。
所以我们看一下，这个算是我们广西比较有民族特色的一个。
And this one has very unique ethnic characteristics.
抓鸭。
对对对。
It's the duck catching
我
competition.
们来看到的是柳州。对对，他们有一个
And
水
let's
上
move on to
嘉年
Liuzhou.
华。
And every year they're hosting this water carnival.
运动的朋友们聚集到柳州来感受这个
If
嘉
you
年
love
华的魅力。
water sports,
然
you
后
can
最有特
attend
点
the
的话就是
sports
鹿寨的中部主
water
镇
sports carnival in Liuzhou.
最美赛道的这个获奖者，赛道非常美。看到我们的首府南，对南宁这个
Now
不
we're
用
moving
说
to the
了
capital city.
南宁除了是首府，今年的南宁解放日的马拉松。
Nanning, we are hosting the marathon races this year.
你去参加比赛了没有？
Attract a great number of people. Have you attended this competition?
没有拿名次，最佳参与奖。
Well, I do not earn any places. I'm just participating. This kind of event, I run over 5 kilometers.
是大家慕名而来的。然后现在的话，
For Qingzhou, you could see like dolphins,
我记得好像是
and
这样。
also
滑翔伞的项目。
the paragliding is very famous in this area.
滑翔伞的基地开放了之后呢，我们
In the future, I expect these places will open more gliding centers and more people could attend the paragliding competition there.
傅老师从一开始到现在一直猜我是哪人，然后还没猜对。我们看一下梧州的话，
Let's take a look on Wuzhou.
岭南的这个风格建筑都非常多。
交界的地方。
对，广东交界。
Because this place is actually at the border with Guangdong
再往前
province.
看一下，我们最后一个城市是玉林。
All of these features can be reflected by the architecture.
听说过哦，极速看雪，下次我要去体验一下。哦，这个是一直是很多广西的朋友喜欢去打卡的一个地方，空中漂流。对对。
And this place is quite famous. This is what we call the air drifting.
对对对。
So many people would like to come here to experience these sports.
这是蛮新鲜。
这个是蛮新鲜的。然后我们看一下，我们看看这边是有我们本来是想。
Let's move to another section.
哦，那个两人三足是吧？
对对对。
一下叫不上来。
滚铁环。
你会玩哪个吗？
这个也有难度，这个是那个踩高跷。
You see, this is a hoop rolling. Which one you want to try? So you need to acquire different kinds of skills in order to roll the hoops.
我们的摄像老师会玩，来，摄像老师来试一下。
So maybe we could have our camera guy to try this.
这个 要不要玩那个？我试一下。来，我试一下。
So maybe you could try the stilt walking.
好，傅老师开始。哎呀，这个对平衡感的要求特别，
So it requires a level of balance if you want to walk on
还
stilts.
是有难度的，我觉得。
It's quite difficult, I think.
好，
我决定放弃。
我们今天的 A2是我们全民健身的，
Let's move on to another venue.
在展板上边一目了然的感受到我们。
So we just went to the venue of the National Fitness.
来到的是 A1馆，A1馆。
Now we are coming to the 8-1 venue. That is the venue for smart sports.
你好，傅老师。
提前帮我们踩点了是吧？
对对对，欢迎来到 A1智慧运动主题馆。
So welcome to the 8-1 venue for the smart sports.
是有趣的东西。那咱们第一站先来到咱们的体彩国风盛世。
So first we can come to the street of the sports
这
lotteries.
边可以体验到非常多咱们唐朝民间的娱乐
So
项
we
目
could
项目
see a lot of items that is coming from the Tang Dynasty.
我踢。
踢足球是吗？那蹴鞠你有没有尝试过？
So it is, we have the ancient style of soccer that is demonstrating here.
还是有很大的不同，因为足球它有重量，蹴鞠它比较轻。
For this ancient type of soccer is quite different for the modernized soccer. Maybe you could have a try. Because this one is quite light.
是没得分是吗？
它是每一个数字代表了相应的分数。
球类，但是足球还是有点不一样。
So I believe this kind of like soccer is different from the soccer we're playing today.
我们换下一个，还有什么更有意思的？
课还有世家子弟都非常喜欢的一种。对对对，咱们古代非常出名的一个民间项目，但是
And there's another item here, what we call the arrow casting, is very famous back in the old days.
两支箭的距离，然后看你总共是4支，看你能。
So you will receiving like 4 arrows and to see whether you can cast the arrow into the bottle.
夏老师，你要体验一下吗？来来来，
感觉怎么？
那就比较难投了。
你要不试一下距离远的，感受一下。
So maybe you could try to cast the arrow from a long distance.
哎呦，我第一个中了！我第二个又中了，第二个又中了。
那看能不能连中3个。
哎，不等，没有整心了。
有些手感了，感觉你慢慢开始有手感了。
因为
So I believe you're familiar with this kind of sports.
去感受一下科技感，往前走。
哦，好像后面还有一个。这是一个什么？
So these people, they are wearing traditional costumes
负责给我们介绍一下
to perform the dancing and the singing. So maybe I can find someone to introduce this kind of dance.
我们去看一下灯笼上都写一些什么东西。
Well, this section is a lantern riddle section. Let's take a look.
都是猜字谜，给各位网友打一个字，看我们网友能不能猜得出来。负责人是吧？能给我们介绍一下现在我们正在表演的这个项目吗？
好的，好的。
Can you tell us more about the performance?
这次的这个主题，这是我们的敦煌祭开票，所以你们现在看到的这个表演呢，也是结合了这个盛唐时期。
So for this kind of dance, it actually incorporate some of the elements from Tang Dynasty.
从着装和衣服上，我看。
它的是有这个敦煌的元素，包括
Because we also have some Dunhuang elements.
敦煌的祭开主题票，也可以体验一下。
And also the background is specially made for this performance.
从服饰，从头，还有头饰，还有他拿的这个。
So you could see from their instruments, their costumes, they all inherited some of the elements from the Tang Dynasty.
艺术来编排的。
看一下，小刘，下一个我们去哪里？
咱们地感的东西，就是咱们现在很多家庭都拥有扫地机器人。
Next, we're going to see some of the intelligent and smart equipment.
人们的日常生活带来更多的便利。
So let's see what the technology can bring to our daily life. But nowadays, we see the technology have been applied in the sports events.
它可以实现和人对打，咱们可以让一位专业的人士给我们主。
好，现在我们打羽毛球，自己看一下。
这款机器人是在2014年90块。
For this robot, it will compete with you with badminton.
研发出来的，现在已经。
We developed this kind of robot.
它是由2个部分构成。
You have 2 parts of this machine.
相当于是这个运动和这个手，就是脚和手，是吧？
It's like simulation of the arms and legs of an athlete.
检测这个羽毛球，是吧？或者包括这个机器人在底下的这个运动的状况，然后呢，实时的给它发出指令，是吧？到达，是吧？还有包括这个球的速度这些，那么球的方向，自我决策。
这个我们可以去体验一下吗？
So for this kind of equipment, you can decide on the strength, and also you can decide on the direction of the badminton.
帮我俯瞅一下。
那我体验一下。
您可以去体验一下。
So I would like to experience this.